Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome. This is your Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to it. Now, I am always and delightfully surprised when the cards I shuffle and draw, and really unconsciously I have an order of the way that I put all this down, starting with, I pull from my little pile of numbered cards the one that correlates with the number of the day, and then the next grouping is I ask my guardian angels, spirit guides, everything else to come forth with their affirmation for the day. And then of course, these two masters and angelic activators are what I pull at the beginning of the week for the whole week. And then, I go through this pile of, and I guess I'm explaining this just so you know, it just happens organically. It doesn't happen in the way that I sit here and ponder which one am I going to pull and how am I going to do it. That to me takes too long. So I've got this pile of isms that I write down, and I go from the top and I go through, and then I put them in the back of the pile so I don't repeat too many of them. I pull these out, and I usually use 3 because I like the number 3. 3 is a juggling number. 3 is a number of just creativity. 3 is a number of collaboration. That's what I see and feel about the number 3. A 3. So this morning I kind of did my reference point to, what is the message of today? Yesterday we had a full moon, and the full moon was in Pisces, kind of moody, kind of sensitive. We also had an eclipse, and the eclipse is a little bit like standing in front of a mirror and not recognizing what the reflection in the other side. That's how eclipses show up for me. They show up in a way that says, I didn't notice that before. I never thought about that before. I never realized that before. This particular eclipse with the full moon in it, which is Archangel Haniel, shows us the shadow side, shows us what we didn't realize about ourselves, shows us in the mirror what we have to really work on, and it pushes us on a pathway to getting down to the nuts and the bolts of what we're doing. Now, I know this is a big, long jibber-jabber chit-chat about how and what my process is, but I also feel that it's important to share my own experiences in case they land with you, because I think we all are part of a divine collective in physical form. It's really how you and I and us align with each other to bring each other the upliftment, if you will, the light, the consciousness, the love, the peace, the joy, the happiness, the harmony. All of these things we line up together, not against each other, but with each other for the higher and greater good. Let's move on to today's Divine Daily Blast, because I think it's important. We have a number 8, Angel Numerology Day, and the date is September 8th. It is unusual for the actual calendar day date and the actual angel numerology number to line up in sync. So number 1, it's another, not coincidence, but it's another collaboration where the star people are saying, pay attention to this. This is the manifestation that we bring in together. My isms. Well, I should go into what the number 8 signifies today before I move on to those. It's about success. Putting your ideas and your visions, whether that's for business, personal, finance, it's a business type energy. Because the choices you make with this 8 energy are favored. Any desire, prayer, treatment that you send on up to the heavens are going to be answered. The 8 energy is about success and insightfulness, power and leadership. It's also a nudge to focus on joy and imagine everything coming to you with ease. Now, If you're into tarot, you can work with the King of Pentacles or the King of Earth if you're using one of Radley Valentine's decks. Bring in Archangel Ariel and Archangel Jophiel. Those two archangels work with the beautiful pale pink for Ariel, almost coral, and beautiful deep magenta, the beauty of God in Jophiel. In other words, see the beauty and the abundance and the success in all of the ideas that you are trying to create with your mind and your heart and your feeling. And I'm going to get into feelings in a minute. The message from the moon is, if the energy of the eclipse has left you reeling, twisting, turning, don't worry. It is definitely, deliberately a shock to the system. It's actually quite a lovely reset for the soul, because this eclipse is allowing things to work out for the best for everybody. My ism, apart from these, is to flutter and float today. To lift up and live your biggest life today. Isms. It's not what you show, it's how you show up. How are you showing up? Not what are you showing off. I was watching a documentary yesterday by one of the contestants of RuPaul's Drag Race, who shared his story about growing up openly gay, wanting to be an entertainer, wanting to be on stage, and this story is so familiar for me. And the parents shutting it all down. The father was not a particularly kind man by all accounts, but later on in life this particular individual made peace with his father before the father passed. But there was a lot of addiction involved, and the message I got really was this person was hanging on this aging issue. They were in their mid to late 40s when they decided to step out and become a female impersonator, drag queen, whatever you want to call it. And they were trapped because the younger generation were almost dominating this new world of entertainment, seemingly RuPaul's Drag Race. And I was quite astounded at how so many of those individuals that really want to transform their lives, to bring light, to bring joy, to bring peace, to bring harmony to the world, still feel marginalized, discriminated against. They still feel like they have to compete for attention. They have to compete for affection. One individual was interviewed as themselves, not as their alternate persona, and said that they didn't feel like they fit in unless they were a contestant on a television reality show. That when they would go and do these entertainment gigs, they weren't paid as much, that they were not given as much accolades, that the audience weren't connecting with them quite as much because they were not front and center on a television reality show. And I find that to be quite interesting in life. So many, myself included, there's my aha moment about wanting to get the likes and the subscriptions and to find more and more and more and more people, and getting in my head when the comments don't come in quite as fast and furious. What do? Do you give up? Or do you just decide that I still have a voice, I still have a message, don't need to change anything, I just need to keep going, keep hoping, keep moving forward, and keep showing up. People want consistency, they want security, they want to know that no matter what, you're going to be there. It's like going home to grandma. Grandma, you may not have seen her for months and months and months. Then you show up, she's always got a piece of cake and something good to drink and some heartfelt isms or some heartfelt quotes out of her penny. That's why I think characters like Mrs. Doubtfire were so endearing to all of us, because she had this heart, she had this soul, she wanted to make a difference. I'm going to move on. Things are always working out for me. The minute you realize that things are not working in your favor, It's the minute your spirit guides and your angels, your guardian angels, and everybody else is saying pivot. Let go of that. That is laundry that you do not need to be pegging out on the line. Pivot, move in a different directions. They're always going to work out for me, even when I said last week, if you're facing the wrong direction, it's the right direction if it causes you to pivot. If it causes you to have a detour, it wasn't the wrong decision. It wasn't not working out. It worked out because you listened and you moved and you pivoted and you went in a different direction. I am in deliberate creation mode. You set the creation, you set the tone, you set the manifestation, you set the feeling. And if your heart desire, or let's say if your vision is pointing in this direction, A direction, B direction, whatever direction your vision is pointing in, but your heart and your feeling is drawn to something else, it's to something else that's calling your name, not the vision. Because the vision sometimes is based on ego. I know many people using the prior example of the young man or the middle-aged man who wanted to go out and be an entertainer. That entertainment concept is almost like falsehood. It is almost saying, I don't feel good enough myself, so I am looking for other people to validate me. I'm looking for other people to applaud. I'm looking for other people to put me under the spotlight. You are already under the spotlight. You just got to turn it on. The spotlight's always been there, never went away. And when you look at people who collaborate with other people that get it, and they all shine the spotlight on everybody, that's where the beauty and the gold is. Here's a message from Archangel Haniel. As the grace of God, I can help you connect with your ability to manifest magic through the Divine Feminine. I am connected with the power of Divine Feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. Even if you got in your car or wherever you went and you put your best foot forward, if that foot forward says, harmony and magic fill my life, harmony and magic fill my day, harmony and magic are with me right now. There is nothing I cannot do and I cannot attain and I cannot manifest. Let's go. These two, I think, were deliberately put in my path this week. For this week. Because this week is a portal, people. This week is like your magical train ride to Hogwarts. Here we go. Orion. He is a divine master. This is an activator. This man is saying to you, it's not really a man, he's a star being. Visions of the future. Your life and your future in your hands. You have the power to manifest. You are a powerful manifester with the ability to call in and create the life of your dreams. What you focus on with unwavering faith is what you will experience, including the not so good feelings. So get that out of your noggin. Focus your energy not only on what you want, but feeling the way you want to feel. For the feelings are what will bring you the safety and connect you with your desire. I am the visionary of my future. And I envision my future to manifest right now. Melchizedek, also known as the King of Priests. Divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your visions through study. This is all about manifestation, envisioning. It's all about sorting through the what am I striving for and why am I not getting it? Why is it not happening? Why am I stuck in the wheel of doubt and the wheel of debauchery? Melchizedek, whose name means King of the Righteousness, is the highest priest mentioned in the Bible. He's known as the one that initiated all the heart teachers. And the heart teachers known as priests came after him. He's the gatekeeper of light, dedicated to helping all of us who walk on a spiritual path. He helps us take the initiative, the first steps to aligning with the light. And as the leader of the spiritual group called the Order of Melchizedek, which is a divine order of light beings, angels, masters. They include Archangel Michael, Master Jesus, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, all who work in congregation to bring light and energy to the world. These beings are the keepers of Christed light and the Holy Spirit energy. So this is all stemming from this wonderful Divine Master who's encouraging all of us this week and beyond to dive into our spiritual studies. Do not skim the surface. Dig deeper. There's an important information out there that will support you in taking your path and your skills to the next level. There's a good chance that you may want to get out there and do with what you know. Get out there and do the work, but the universe wants you to study a little bit more before taking the leap into the unknown. And this is what I get from all of this. Sometimes the time isn't sometimes the right time, spiritual time, light work time hasn't lined up. You find it when you put plans out there and the plans seem to land on deaf ears. No one's listening. There's our card. No one's paying attention. No one. It seems like, well, this is my intention. Well, you can't expect the world to go clap hands, here comes Charlie, or here comes Julie, or here comes John. That doesn't happen that way. It happens when the feeling, the desire sparks the initiation, and then you go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature. Wherever you are. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. What has she got in her hands? She's holding some kind of vine or flowers. She almost feels like the bride of nature because she's got flowers in her hair, flowers in her hand. I mean, I almost want to say this is like a bridesmaid fairy. I think that this is an ideal distraction for anybody who is perhaps feeling that they don't belong. I was out this morning like I was yesterday morning, and thank goodness today there was a gorgeous clear sky, and I was literally looking up to what I call Mother Moon and saying to Mother Moon, thank you for lighting my way, thank you for all the gifts that you bring. And then I turn, because now I've noticed that when I look at Mother Moon in her glory, and I sort of switch and turn the opposite direction to Mother Moon, who this morning was up in the western sky because she floats up over the house. I'm looking towards the eastern sky, and the glow of the Mother Moon was illuminating the stars even brighter than I've ever seen them illuminated before. It's a bit like they were putting a spotlight on these stars, and the more I looked and paid attention, the more stars kept on appearing. That to me says I am where I'm supposed to be, and these stars are lining up, shining light back down on the earth. The other thing that occurred to me, and then I'll let you go, how many people don't even bother to look up, don't even bother to get into that energy, don't even bother to see that. So if you're one of those who looks up at the stars and gives grace and gratitude that the galaxy is shining upon you, then you're already lifted. You're already part of Orion. He's already saying to you, I got you. I'm fulfilling your dreams. I'm taking them up there. Do not worry. All right, my friends, that's it. Until tomorrow. Big love. Bye for now.